Yo, happy Monday afternoon. We got some breaking news here. Sad news. Makes me mad, not against Jeff because he's an addict and he obviously needs some help here. How in the God's green earth after three DUIs, let alone all the other addiction issues, just that we know of, the public, it's out there. He has them, right? I get it, okay? Let me ask you this. How in God's green earth? Now, I have addiction issues. I got two DUIs in 2005, basically back to back within 10 months. And I got in a lot of trouble. I don't have lawyers. I don't have money to do all that stuff back then. And obviously it's a little different. But just let me ask you guys this. How in God's green earth can a WWE star, Jeff Hardy is a star, 30-year star, knows everybody in every country, every city, every state, everywhere between WWE, TNA, and now AEW. No one can take this man's keys. No one can sit down. Not even Matt, right? Anyone. How he has keys. Now, I'm not blaming it on him, okay? It's his fault. But again, how no one has taken his keys, given this guy anytime you leave, here's a limousine. It doesn't matter. The cost nothing matters. But how this happened again is very sad, obviously worrisome for he needs some support around him. He needs to get help. This one really hurts because we've been a fan of these guys for decades like I have, or even some of you younger guys, right? But this one hits home. This is a sad day. 12/16 TMZ put this one out. But AEW star Jeff Hardy was arrested again. TMZ Sports has confirmed. Jail records show he was booked into the Wallachia County, Florida on Monday morning and took a mugshot. Details surrounding the specific allegations against Hardy are unclear, but court records show that he had charged with a DUI misdemeanor violating restrictions placed on his driver's license, as well as misdemeanor driving and license canceled, suspended, or revoked. The records show he's due in court Tuesday for a hearing on this matter. I don't think it says if he's been released, whatever, we don't know. It's the third time since 2018 that Jeff Hardy was accused of driving while under the influence. In March of 2018, he was charged with this first DUI here. Jeff Hardy arrested after crashing car on 3/12 of 18. They put this out. Jeff Hardy, one half of the Hardy Boys, was arrested Saturday night after cops say he drunkenly crashed his car in the North Carolina with 3 times the legal limit. According to the police report obtained by TMZ, the 40-year-old was involved in a single car crash to being the driver of a 16 Cadillac SDS sedan. I don't see Hardy driving in one of those. Do you guys? Jesus. Cops say he submitted to a breath test. It was a .25. Now, .25, you guys, in case you're not a DUI expert, is very extremely drunk. Most cities, states, the law's .08. So this is 4 times the legal limit, 3, whatever it is. You're drunk. You're very, very drunk. Okay, this is the first one. Remember, more than 3 times. Well, 3 times. Sorry, my math is bad off the top of my head, folks. More than 3 times the legal limit. He was immediately booked for misdemeanor driving while intoxicated and is due back in April. WWE arrest. This one is with WWE still. WWE addressed the arresting, saying Jeff Hardy is responsible for his own personal actions. We are investigating this matter and awaiting information from local law enforcement. Back in 2011, he served time in jail stemming from a 2009 cocaine and pill arrest. So that's number 1. Number 2 here came roughly 10/5 of 19. Pro wrestler Jeff Hardy is his second DUI arrest in as many years, and it sounds like the WWE's patience as well as his family's is wearing thin. Okay, this is the second one, remember. Hardy, a.k.a. Brother Nero, was busted in Moore County, North Carolina on Thursday around 10:30 p.m. He was booked for driving while impaired and driving on a revoked driver's license. Hardy got his first DUI March of 18 that we just touched on, also in North Carolina, after getting into a car accident. He was totally blitzed, according to cops, who said he blew a .25 BAC, more than 3 times the legal limit, as TMZ Sports First reported he was arrested in July of this year for public intoxication in Myrtle Beach. Normally Hardy would be in the ring as one half of the Hardy Boys for SmackDown, which made its debut on Fox Friday night, but he's recovering from a knee surgery in May. In response to the arrest, WWE said Jeff is responsible for his own actions. Isn't that the same thing we just heard, guys? Yes, it was. Matt Hardy tweeted this out on the second DUI, October 4th of 2019. Since so many of you asked about my brother tonight, I love my brother and want him to be happy and healthy. I've expressed that to him as much as I can. Jeff has to make his decisions about his life. I have to focus on my two. I didn't realize, you guys, that he put that tweet out, Matt did. Yeah, I don't really like that. Okay, I'm not blaming anything on Matt. I get you have your own life. But, bro, this is your bro driving around absolutely intoxicated. 0.25, and who knows where he was at last night. So this is number one. Number two we touched on. Number three was in 2019. In the months following the 2019 arrest, Hardy admitted he had problems with the substance abuse on the After the Bell podcast with Corey Graves, saying on the show that he was receiving professional help. I remember that podcast. Corey Graves got a good podcast, by the way, if you want to get over there and check that out. Hardy was slated to wrestle his brother Matt Hardy on AEW Dynamite later this week. It's unclear if that match will still go on. Story developing. Right there, you guys have it. Yeah, this one is a little bit rough to swallow here. I just pray that somebody in AEW, Tony Khan likes doing all this good stuff and getting his name out there and signing all these people. It looks like, I don't want to, it's a whole different video to touch on what he's doing over there, but he needs some sort of help. He needs to get into an inpatient treatment. Somebody absolutely has to take his keys. If you're driving around at a 0.25 on DUI number 1, and it said that in DUI number 2, who knows where this is going to come out here. Obviously, we'll get more details as this progresses. But still, that is very, very drunk. Thank God, knock on wood, whatever you want to call it, that he didn't crash and kill himself, crash and kill a family, whatever. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need to be behind the wheel. And why this one irks me so mad, it has nothing to do with addiction. The thing with driving under the influence is why people do it is because you're impaired, you're drunk. You don't think anything can happen, you're driving fine. And a lot of people do drive fine, okay? But it does not matter. 0.08 or below, you're not legally drunk, which is basically a drink in an hour. Anything above that, and you're 3 times the limit, it's a lot. Okay, guys, pray for Jeff. He really needs some help here. This is a bad one. Peace.